Hi guys!
Hey!
Welcome back to this week's video, and this week we're going to be talking about our 5 favourite rides in Islands of Adventure in Universal. So we hope you enjoy! So the first ride we're going to discuss today is Harry Potter and the Forbidden Journey, and this ride is in the Hogsmeade section of the park, and this is probably one of my favourite rides in Florida in general. Like, I'd probably say it's in like my top 3. It is amazing. So basically the ride is inside Hogwarts Castle, so when you go inside you queue up through all of the different classrooms, you go through the herbology greenhouses, you go through the Defence Against the Dark Arts classroom, you go through the the changing staircases and all of the moving portraits. You see Dumbledore's office, you literally see everything. Like, the queue is amazing, let alone the actual ride. And the ride itself, you sit in kind of a roller coaster seat, so you have the kind of straps that come down. Even though it's not really a roller coaster as such, it's quite similar to the Gringotts ride, where you've got the big screens and there's lots going on, and basically you go through different scenes of the movies. So for example, you go through the Forbidden Forest, and whilst you're in there, there are huge animatronic spiders that are literally the size of the house. They're ginormous, and you are in your kind of seat constraint, and it's really difficult to explain because when you're in it you do feel a bit disorientated of what's actually going on.
Effectively, you're in these little seats and they're attached to this huge metal arm, and the arm can move and twist and move you around, so at certain points you're not upside down but your feet are above your head, so you're like this, your head's down here and your feet up here, so you never are vertical, but you're getting to a certain, because of the way that it moves and the way that it's like soaring with the big screens, it makes so disorientated. It's
really well themed though. Like, you see lots of different scenes. I'm pretty sure the Whomping Willow is in there.
The Dementor.
The Dementors, which are terrifying. They literally, especially if you're sitting on an end seat.
Which I was.
Yeah, they literally come like from here, and you literally just get like a Dementor's, like obviously like the animatronic type thing, but they are so realistic. It's quite a dark ride, so when something like that comes in your face, it scares the like hell out of you. But no, it's really
the dragon
amazing.
As well.
Yeah, there's the dragon. There's literally, they just incorporate lots of different bits from all the films.
Yeah. And
that mixed with the queue is just amazing. Like, literally feels like you're in the films. So I love that ride, being a big Harry Potter fan myself.
It's amazing. It really is.
Definitely. Would go and ride it if I was you.
10 out of 10 would ride. So number 2 on our top 5 in Islands of Adventure is the amazing Spider-Man ride, which is in the superhero landing section. So this ride has been around for quite a while and is still one of my most favourites. As a kid, anytime I thought of going back to Universal or we were going on holiday, that ride was the one that stuck in my head as a ride as, yes, I'm gonna get to ride the Spider-Man ride. Being a bit of a geek, I absolutely love it. So when you queue up and you go through into the ride, you actually go through the Daily Bugle, which is the newspaper in Spider-Man's universe and stuff, and who Peter Parker works for, blah blah blah. But as you go through, there's so much detail, so you can see all the desks and stuff, and you can see what they've been writing and all the stories they've been doing. They're talking about different villains and stuff, so there's like Sinister Six. It's awesome. And then you go through different parts of the building, and then you get to the top, and you have to get into these specially made cars that are all part of the ride, so you've actually been part of the adventure rather than just going along for the ride. You've got to get out of the city, which you've got to do as quick as possible. So as you're going through the city, you're sitting there and it moves on this cart, and it's all big screens and electricity and all this kind of stuff going off and fire, and you keep running into different villains as you go through. But Spider-Man is there to save you and rescue the day. So it's amazing, and as we said earlier, it always makes you feel like you're moving. So what it does is it tilts the entire car forward, so you fall forward into your restraints, but the screen in front of you looks like you're falling off a building. So as you're moving, they're blowing air and it feels like you're going and stuff.
There's a lot of rides like that in Universal.
Yeah, there is. They're very clever. But Spider-Man catches you. Honestly, Spider-Man as a kid was probably one of my more favourite rides in the whole of Universal, if not the whole of Florida. It's not the same now, but it is still an amazing ride. It was way before its time as well, because so many rides nowadays are only just on par with it, and it's been around for years. So the Transformers ride is pretty much identical, just Transformers.
It's exactly the same, pretty much.
But Transformers ride's only been around for a small amount of time in comparison to the Spider-Man ride. So even if you're not a Spider-Man fan, you can appreciate the ride. It's awesome, and it really just completely immerses you in the story, which is pretty good. And he speaks to you as well. So he lands on the front, he speaks to you, and he'll point at you, and it just gets me in the heart a little bit, you know.
It is a great ride. I love the Spider-Man ride. Okay, so the next ride we're going to talk about today is the Jurassic Park River Adventure. So this is one of the water rides at Universal Islands of Adventure. There are quite a few water rides between the two parks.
Yeah.
But basically this one is as if you're going on a tour. You get in this massive boat and they take you through to Jurassic Park. You see some dinosaurs that are like emerging from the water. You see dinosaurs eating the trees. They're all kind of around you. It's a really kind of like nice, like, oh, nice little boat ride.
You get to go through the gates as well.
Yeah, yeah.
From the film.
It's really cool. And then it all goes wrong, as it does in every Jurassic Park movie. Basically, you see, I think you see like one of the cages are open.
Yeah,
or there's
from the Velociraptors.
Yeah, and all the sirens are going off, and you're like, oh crap, something's gonna happen. So you basically go into this kind of warehouse, and you can see all the burst pipes, there's smoke, there's sirens going on. You're like, oh my god, something's escaped, something's gonna eat me. At this point, you're like, oh, okay, I'm getting a bit scared here.
You keep seeing the Velociraptors popping in and out, don't you?
Yeah, and then basically you're slowly kind of going up into this building, and then you get to the top of the building, and you can see the Jurassic Park ride. When you're not on the ride, it's pretty obvious what it's going to do. It's basically a shoo, and you know, you're at the top and you're now about to go down, and then all of a sudden there's this massive, like, huge real life looking animatronic T-Rex above you, and it's like, you know how T-Rexes do. And then like you tilt towards it and it's like it's gonna eat you, and then you just go straight down. You get drenched. And
absolutely soaked.
Yeah, no, it's not the wettest water ride.
No, it's not.
At Islands of Adventure or Universal, but you do get pretty wet. I think I remember when last time, I wasn't too fussed about getting wet, but it's just when your bum gets wet that just ruins it for me. So I had a poncho like wrapped around my legs, and I was sitting on it. Didn't do anything. I got off and my bum was still soaked. But no, it's a really great ride. It's not just like one of those water rides where we're like, oh, we're gonna get you wet to get you wet. Like, it's actually got a bit of storyline to it.
Yeah, it's good, really good.
Yeah, and if you like the Jurassic Park movies, then I would definitely recommend it. I'm kind of hoping they're going to do some like twist on it, or add like Chris Pratt into it somewhere. I mean,
just Chris Pratt on the ride with us would be amazing.
Yeah, I mean, that would be great. But you don't actually really see any people as such. I don't know how they would incorporate that. But yeah, that is really great. I love that ride, and I get so excited about riding it every time we go.
So making it fourth onto the list is, in my opinion, the wettest ride in Universal, if not Florida.
Yeah.
I can't think of another ride that got me more wet.
You do get pretty wet.
I mean,
it's one of those ones where it depends on where you sit.
Yeah, I can't remember.
The ride, yeah.
No. So the ride is Popeye and Bluto's Bilge Rat Barge, which I actually can't think of a ride that you do get more wet on. Even like the Ripsaw, the one when you come down like Dudley's, the Dudley's Rip Ride Rocket, whatever it's called.
It's not called that.
Whatever it's called, the Ripsaw one, that one, I didn't get wet on that because you're quite encaved in it.
No, you do get wet on that one too.
But not as wet as this. Honestly, she's wrong. You get more wet on this than any other ride. I mean, you'd be better off jumping in a pool.
Yeah, we were.
I was soaked. Everyone was soaked. There was not one dry person on this ride. Not one. And it's, in my opinion, a quality ride. So it's in Toon Lagoon, and it's effectively your classic big, huge dinghy ride.
Like a raft.
Yeah, big raft, and you sit in it, and it's huge, it's massive, and you go in, you go up through these like wooded areas and all this kind of stuff, and then boom, there it is. You are in the middle of all the tunes going on. So you get squirted all the time. There's sharks swimming around.
It's like waterfalls.
Waterfalls, and there's like big boats with holes in them that if you go near it, you get squirted. You go through this big tunnel, and it's just a massive waterfall as you come out. So no one's gonna stay dry when they come out. It is pretty much. It's one of them rides that no matter where you sit or no matter how much you move, you are always going to get wet. And it is a quality ride. It's just, if you don't like getting wet, don't go on this ride, basically. Ponchos will not save you. Don't take anything on it like a phone, although there is a bit in the middle that keeps it dry. I don't know how good that is.
I think we put our bag in there, did we?
Yeah, we did, but I wrapped our bag in a poncho and then put that ponchoed bag inside their waterproof bags, so I don't know how we were all right, but honestly, you come off and there's a little area with seats and everyone's there just ripping off their clothes and like wringing them out. It's just an amazing ride. It's really good. You're gonna get absolutely soaked. I fully recommend it.
So the last ride that we're going to be talking about today is the Cat in the Hat ride, which is based in Zeus Landing. So this is a kind of kiddie ride, but I love it because I love my Dr. Zeus stuff. And basically you just sit in these little carts and they just take you around the story of the Cat in the Hat ride, basically. So you see thing 1 and thing 2 making a mess. You see like mother returning home and seeing the mess. You see like the talking fish. You see it all, and it's really fun. We tried to film some of it last time, but we got told off. As we said before, Universal are really strict about not filming on their rides, so basically you can't film. But you can film the outside of the rides to see what Zeus Landing looks like, because Zeus Landing is crazy. But the ride is super fun. All the kids will love it. I mean, we love it too.
Yeah.
It's really great. And I just love it. I really wish that Zeus Landing would do a Grinch ride. That would just be so good. You know, when he like goes through the garbage chute, you could do that, and then you could have like the bit with Christmas like the Christmassy town bit.
They do decorate at Christmas. So at Christmas, Zeus Landing turns into Whoville.
Yeah.
And it becomes Christmassy, and the Grinch is running around and all that kind of stuff.
Yeah, I wish there was a ride.
Yeah, it would be nice. I don't know how well a Christmas ride would do in the middle of August. You're not going to be there for the whole of August.
So, everybody would love it. Who would love it? Give it a thumbs up if you would love it, because I know you all would too. But yeah, it's really great. And I've heard that you can have breakfast with the Grinch at Christmas. That's
yeah,
I really want to do.
I really hope he insults us.
We need to go at Christmas sometime. If you have been to the Grinch Christmas breakfast thing, then let me know, because I really want to go. I mean, we're not going at Christmas this year, but I mean, eventually we'll go at Christmas.
Or even just at Christmas. What's Universal like at Christmas? Because we've seen and heard and know enough about Disney now to know what that's like at Christmas. But Universal, I don't know a huge amount at Christmas. You know, in Halloween, I understand, but it'd be nice to know. So, do you recommend it? Is it a completely different park?
Yeah. Anyway, well, let us know what you think about the rides that we've discussed, if you agree. We haven't really done them in a specific order. We've just discussed the 5 rides that we really love. So let us know if you agree with us, or if there's anything else you think we should have mentioned. We love to hear your guys' opinions. So that will be it for this week's video.
Yeah.
Give it a thumbs up if you enjoyed, and we look forward to seeing you next week.
See you in the next video, guys.
Thanks, guys.
Bye.
Bye.